Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the organizer, here are some important announcements. We would like to request you to switch off your mobile phones or place them in silent mode. Please also rise upon the announcement of the arrival of our guest of honor, Yang Berhormat Datuk Dr. Mary Yap Keng Cheng, Deputy Minister of Higher Education. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the safety briefing of this prestigious hall.
Selamat datang ke Dewan Muazzam Shah. Ini adalah pengumuman keselamatan. Sekiranya berlaku kecemasan, pintu-pintu keluar berada di kiri dan kanan Dewan ini. Pintu-pintu akan dibuka sekiranya berlaku sebarang kecemasan. Anda dikendaki bertenang, tinggalkan barang yang tidak diperlukan dan segera berkumpul di tapak perhimpunan kecemasan yang berada di parti kiri dan kanan Dewan ini. Ini adalah tapak perhimpunan kecemasan. Sila ikut arahan seterusnya dari pihak keselamatan. Semoga arahan keselamatan ini dapat menyelamatkan nyawa anda.
announcing the arrival of the Honorable Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Datuk Dr. Mary Yap Keng Cheng, Ministry of Higher Education, Malaysia. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem Negaraku and Universiti Utara Malaysia official song Biru Warna. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We present to you the corporate video of Universiti Utara Malaysia.
Kedah estate in the north of Malaysia, known as the Rice Bowl of the nation, is synonymous with the resplendent beauty of its luxuriant natural environment. Replete with a rich diversity of cultures, practices and traditions that invite deeper exploration, Kedah is also the strategic location of University Utara Malaysia, the foremost management university in Malaysia. Situated in a small town called Sinatuk, University Utara Malaysia officially began operations in February 1984 in Chitra, before operations were formally transferred to the Sinatuk campus in September 1990. With their data to accommodate 20,000 students at the time, University Utara Malaysia, or UUM in short, is a university that is more than capable of shouldering the onus of pursuing a licensed aspiration of becoming an advanced nation.
At UUM, we are committed to providing our students with the highest level of knowledge quality. The success of our alumni in the various fields of their choice have proven that UUM is a university of the first order, which always emphasizes the importance of the knowledge ecosystems in everything it undertakes.
At UUM, we believe that a good environment helps create an ambience that is conducive to the academic pursuits of the students. Hence, various environment-friendly amenities have been furnished for the convenience of the students.
Like flowing water, knowledge will continuously flow through and touch every aspect of our life.
To cultivate excellence among students in a manner that is holistic and comprehensive, UUM also provides a complete array of modern facilities of world-class standing. Students are also provided with a wide variety of academic literature for reference purposes in a comfortable space to aid and complement their learning experience. All the sports and recreational facilities provided on campus have the capacity to not only foster a healthy lifestyle, but also nurture a strong sense of love for the local ecosystem. The setup of UAssist, a convenient one-stop student center, has helped students manage their life on campus quickly and with ease. All these facilities are provided true to the overall philosophy of UUM, which is to produce graduates with the requisite abilities and leadership skills to plan and manage human and natural resources in ways that are both scientific and creative.
We have to prepare our graduates not just to work in business, in order to be challenged by what the marketplace has to offer in terms of opportunities.
To ensure that UUM remains at the forefront of knowledge, a lot of emphasis has also been placed on its research agenda. With an elaborate research infrastructure in place to boost the quality, quantity and success of its research undertakings, UUM is deeply committed to holding its own against other research institutions. In addition, at UUM, all the professors, academics and scholars with their vast experience and expertise have been awarded with various awards and recognitions for their work in their respective fields. They are currently working together in earnest so as to continue UUM's proud legacy of excellence. Research institutes such as the Northern Corridor Research Center, NCRC, Cooperatives and Entrepreneurship Development Institute, CIDI, and others have been established at UUM to fulfill the needs of academics and researchers and also the demands of marketing.
Basically, what I feel is a good environment is for the student to excel in their studies and also to enjoy the blending of the environment and the high demands of academic excellence.
Lecturers plays a very important role in developing a person. Teachers, we know teachers, really build character of a student. and that is actually mold a person into what they are as they go into the real world, into the working environment.
UUM's credibility as a respectable academic institution of substance has attracted the interest of not only local students, but also international students who show a keen interest in becoming a part of the UUM collegiate family. The merits of UUM do not lie only in its ability to provide a dynamic space for academic engagement. Its capacity also encompasses the ability to set the tone for a unique and unforgettable lifestyle for the duration of the student's sojourn here. UUM's location in the northwest of Peninsula Malaysia affords its students a singular opportunity of enjoying a myriad of off-campus activities that are available only in this region. Since its establishment over 40 years ago, UUM has racked up an impressive record of a variety of achievements attained at both the national and international arenas. The triumphs that UUM has achieved are proof that it never wavers in its commitment to always give its best. Energized by exuberant expectation of a favored future and equipped with meticulously devised strategic plans, UUM will confidently continue being proactive and competitive in its bid to become the leader over in higher learning on both the Malaysian and global fronts.
Community, a part of an eminent management university. Welcome to UUM.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a pleasant morning I bid. The Honorable Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Datuk Dr. Mary Yap Keng Cheng, Ministry of Higher Education, Malaysia. The Honorable Kedah State Legislative Assembly Member of Bukit Kayu Hitam, Datuk Ahmad Zaini Japar. Yang berbahagia Deputy Director General of Higher Education, Professor Dr. Nur Azizi Ismail, Ministry of Higher Education, Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Seri Dr. Muhammad Mustafa Ishak, Vice Chancellor of Universiti Utara Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Associate Professor Dr. Kamaruddin Ahmad, Dean of School of Languages, Civilization and Philosophy of Universiti Utara Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Zuraida Muhammad Don, Advisor to the Council of Language Deans. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Nuraihan Mat Daud, Chairperson of the Council of Language Deans. Delegates and representatives from Malaysian Public Universities and Community College. Members of the Organizing Committee, senior officers of University Utara Malaysia, esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the opening ceremony of the Ministry of Higher Education English Language Carnival, MOHE ELCA 2017. Today is indeed a remarkable day, and we at University Utara Malaysia are honored to be chosen as the host for the first MOHE English Language Carnival. The Honorable Dato', distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is undeniably timely for MOHE ELCA to be held now as a way to ensure that Malaysian students are proficient in both Bahasa Malaysia as well as English, as outlined in the second thrust of the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2013 to 2025. MOHE has recently introduced the ecosystem for English language learning and assessment in higher education to address and enhance the English language learning in producing English language users of international stature. Through a beautiful collaboration and the relentless efforts of MOHE, the Council of Language Deans, and the School of Languages, Civilization and Philosophy of UUM, it is hoped that this carnival will be another milestone in the English language education scenario in Malaysia. It is also hoped that at least during these 2 days, we will all be immersed in an environment that promotes the use of English in fun and meaningful ways. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the dynamic and committed Vice Chancellor of University Utara Malaysia, Yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Seri Dr. Muhammad Mustafa Ishak, to deliver his welcoming address.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah bil alamin wa bihi nasta'in wa salatu wassalamu asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to everyone. Honorable Chairperson, Yang Berhormat Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Dato' Dr. Mary Yap Kencing, from the Ministry of Higher Education, Malaysia, the Honorable Kedah State Assemblyman for Bukit Kayu Hitam, Yang Berhormat Datuk Ahmad Zaini Jaafar, the Honorable Deputy Director General of Higher Education, Professor Dr. Nur Azizi Ismail, representing the Director General of Higher Education, Yang berbahagia Associate Professor Dr. Kamarudin Ahmad, the Dean of the School of Languages, Civilization and Philosophy, University Utara Malaysia, Yang Bursa Professor Dr. Zuraida Muhammad Don, Advisor to the Council of Language Deans, Yang Bursa Professor Dr. Nuraihan Mat Daud, the Chairperson of the Council of Language Deans, Council members of Language Deans, delegates and representatives from Malaysian Public Universities and Community College, members of the Organizing Committee, senior officers of UUM, esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor and a privilege for me to welcome you to the opening of the colorful MOHE English Carnival, a carnival built on the youthful optimism of proactive action and steered by the wisdom of an earnest maturity. Before I proceed further, I would like to bid a very warm welcome to our guests of honor, the Honorable Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Datuk Dr. Mary Yap Kan Cheng, who's present here adds luster to the proceedings today. I would like to take this opportunity to Datuk Dr. Mary Yap Kan Cheng also to express my gratitude to the Honourable for kindly consenting to officiate the opening of the MOHE English Carnival at UUM today. I would also like to warmly welcome the other esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests and delegates, as well as the participants who have honoured us greatly by their presence at this event. Ladies and gentlemen, if the activities of the earlier part of this morning are anything to go by, I believe that the remaining hours of the allotted 48 will see a flurry of activity with student representatives of the various institutions enthusiastically engaged in testing and demonstrating their English skills in a variety of linguistic challenges. If all the activities throughout the carnival take place with few glitches, if any, it is only because of the diligent preparations and clockwork coordination of the members of the organizing committee and the various subcommittees at the School of Languages, Civilization and Philosophy, UUM. My sincere gratitude and deep appreciation go out to them, one and all. Also, I would like to express my deep gratitude to all the enthusiastic participants who have come in earnest from all over the country to prove by their joyful and spirited participation that they can, indeed, have fun in English. Ladies and gentlemen, the credit for the theme of the carnival, Have Fun in English, goes to the MOHE. I believe that this is the path to take in terms of devising any worthwhile strategy for the enhancements of the English language, teaching, learning experience for learners at the lower levels of proficiency in the language. Language must be fun, and learning language also must be fun. The fun aspect to language learning should be an integral component of any serious strategy in the teaching and learning of English. God knows, we as a nation have been grappling with the challenge of trying to arrest the steady decline in the general level of proficiency in the English language since the late 1970s. We have discussed the whys and the wherefores of the decline and the difficulties involved in reversing the trend. And among others, we have gleaned the hard fact that the landscape of English language teaching and learning in Malaysia is an uneven one, further compounded by the sad realities of the rural-urban divide, which place the language within the extremes English as a second language and English as a foreign language. For some, it is a second language, but for others, it is an alien language. Therefore, to acquire reasonable proficiency in the English language, our students need ample opportunity to practice and apply what they have learned in class. The English language classroom often poses challenges in this area due to rote teaching methods, dull curricula, or limited opportunities for using the language outside of the classrooms. It's just become another class, another subject, not a class that assists and enhance and polish your English. Practicing the English language can also be intimidating, especially for students with negative emotional factors that may interfere with learning the language. Environment play a very important role. If you are located or you are placed in in an environment that do not encourage English to be practiced, it is hard for you to practice the language. A great way to give students meaningful opportunities to apply their learning and lower their inhibitions is to make learning fun. When teachers use activities and games that make learning engaging and fun, students are more willing to participate and take risks. They are not shy. Games provide access to a world that is typically safe from the consequences of the real world. They can create a sense of fun and enjoyment, removing some of the stresses and pressures that are often associated with formal education, and they also reduce the fear of making mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes while you are learning language, because you learn from mistakes. This English Carnival, with its highly relevant theme, then, is also an expression of the need to take another critical look at the methods and strategies employed in the teaching and learning of the language in this country, especially with regard to learners at the lower levels, school levels, or proficiency in the language. I'm happy to say, ladies and gentlemen, that we are earnestly working towards fully equipping our younger generation with the communication skills, the English language skills, and the other skills pertinent to facilitating the acquisition of knowledge, enhancing their employability, and expediting their venture into the entrepreneurial area or arena, three of the many concerns of a Malaysian institution of higher learning at the present juncture. So in short, we are preparing the methods against the nightmare of being left far behind, while others skillfully ride the wave of globalization. I hope that everyone here enjoy this year's carnival, and that we collectively reap more than we have sown. This carnival, the first of its kind, is a small beginning. But we know that great things come from small beginnings. As the Everett words illustrate, large streams from little fountains flow. Tall oaks from little acorns grow. I am confident that this initial effort will give food for thought and how to make the next one bigger, better, and more impactful. I hope that in time, the carnival will become an event that the whole nation will look forward to. In closing, I would like to take this opportunity to thank once again the Ministry of Higher Education for giving a very strong support and encouragement, not only for UUM, but for all of us here, to proceed with this event and to create a very conducive environment or ecosystem for learning English at the institution of higher learning. I would also like to thank the organizer of this carnival for having given UUM the honor and the privilege of being the co-organizer. I would also like to thank the guests of honor, Yang Berhormat, Dr. Mary, the esteemed dignitaries and distinguished guests who have shown their staunch support by their gracious presence. My deep gratitude goes once again to the members of the organizing committee and the various subcommittees for the pains they have taken to meticulously organize the events to ensure the smooth running of the numerous activities that will be conducted over the duration of the carnival. Last but not least, I would like to thank the colorful participants for their exuberant support of the carnival and all it stands for. And I wish everyone a fun-filled English language carnival. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for your warm words of welcome, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Sri. And now, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, into the highlight of the event. With great honor, I invite Yang Berhormat Datuk Dr. Mary Yap Kencing, Deputy Minister of Higher Education, to deliver her speech and officially open the MOHE English Language Carnival 2017.
Thank you very much to our very charming MC for the morning. A very pleasant morning, and in the true spirit of the Ministry of Higher Education, I greet you with soaring upwards, soaring upwards, soaring upwards. The Honorable Kedah State Legislative Assembly Member for Bukit Kayu Hitam, Datuk Ahmad Zaini Zapar. Let's give him a round of applause. The Honorable Deputy Director General of Higher Education, Professor Dr. Noazizi Ismail, Ministry of Higher Education, Malaysia. The Honorable Professor Datuk Sri Dr. Muhammad Mustafa Ishak, Vice Chancellor of University Utara Malaysia. Associate Professor Dr. Kamaruddin Ahmad, Dean of School of Language, Civilization and Philosophy, University Utara Malaysia. Professor Dr. Juraida Makdom, Advisor to the Council of Language Deans. Professor Dr. Nuraihan Mat Daud, Chairperson of the Council of Language Deans. Delegates, representatives from Malaysian public universities and community college, members of the organizing committee, senior officers of University Utara Malaysia, esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is really great to come back to UUM, which I consider to be the beautiful university in a green forest today. Let's give UUM a round of applause. And we are here this morning to celebrate the opening ceremony of the MOHE English Language Carnival, or in short, we call it MOHE ELCA year 2017. And I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate UUM for taking up the challenge in hosting the first ever English Language Carnival. And yes, I will request to all of you to give another round of applause to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Datuk Sri Dr. Muhammad Mustafa Ishak, and his team in organizing this language carnival. And I'm sure it is going to be a very meaningful success. Thank you to all the participating universities and one community college in making sure that this carnival is going to be a success, because without your participation, there will be no success. And at the same time, once again, I want you to give a round of applause to the Honorable Kedah State Legislative Assembly Member for Bukit Kayu Hitam, Datuk Ahmad Zaipar, for his presence here, because your presence speaks volumes of your leadership. Thank you very much for supporting this event. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the advancement of technology instigated by the Fourth Industrial Revolution has compelled the Ministry of Higher Education to address the current challenges and opportunities facing us. And many of these challenges and opportunities are definitely associated with the comprehension and the command of the English language. So the ability to communicate effectively has always been the top of the list among industries and talent recruiters. And in this regard, higher learning institutions play a very crucial role in raising the standard of English of our graduates and future generations. The Ministry of Higher Education has outlined the aspirations for individual students in the Malaysia Education Blueprint, which was launched in the year 2015, and it's going until 2025. And language proficiency is among the 6 primary aspirations, which also includes ethics, spirituality, leadership skills, national identity, thinking skills, and knowledge. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Old English was first spoken in early medieval England during the 5th century. Middle English developed in the late 11th century, whereas the early modern English emerged in the late 15th century. Modern English spread around the world from the 17th to mid-20th centuries through worldwide influence of the British Empire. And since then, English has become the leading language of international discourse and the lingua franca in many regions and in professional contexts. As a country that aspires to become a top 20 country in the world by 2050, Malaysia needs to produce talents who are proficient speakers of English in order to compete globally. Ladies and gentlemen, learning English as a second language is a challenge for most people. But this is often outweighed by the fact that knowing another language is advantageous as it nurtures great thoughts, experiences, and cultures different from one's mother tongue. My association and engagement in language education have long been rewarding, and I learned that the process of learning should be meaningful, stimulating, and realistic in luring the students to learn English. I strongly believe that English practitioners must wisely provide sufficient language input and exposure in a conducive ecosystem. The incorporation of enjoyable learning methods such as games, dramas, and songs, as mentioned by the Vice-Chancellor a while ago in his speech, in various settings would make language learning more meaningful. In essence, ladies and gentlemen, fun activities and games embedded in technology enhance language learning. And these can be very effective tools for both learners and teachers. And I'm speaking this out of my own personal experience as an English teacher. Such methods have well been researched and found to be effective in motivating the learners. And I'm very sure that when the Carnival starts with all the different exciting activities, you will definitely find that learning English is fun after all. Ladies and gentlemen, language assessment is critical for learning because it provides the bridge between teaching and learning. An assessment is not just to evaluate, it can also enhance the learning process and drive the student's educational experience. Malaysia English Assessment, or in short MEA, and we call it MIA, will bring about a paradigm shift in the field of English language assessment. And this particular program, MIA, was launched on the 24th of October in UKM by our very dynamic Minister of Higher Education, Yang Berhormat Datuk Idris Jusso. MIA, as you know, is aligned to the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, or in short, we call it CEFR. The CEFR includes a proficiency scale consisting 6 levels from A1 to C2, and our undergraduates will be expected to improve the proficiency by at least 1 level by the time they graduate. In simple terms, ladies and gentlemen, if you are wondering what A1 is and what C2 is, well, A1 means that a student can communicate only about self. A2 will be where we can find the students communicating in simple and routine language. What about B1? B1 finds students speaking with limited vocabulary, while B2 sees the students speaking fluently. And we move on to C1. C1 is where that we can find that the speaker is able to teach English, and C2 will definitely signify a native speaker's standard. MIA consists of formal assessment, and that is MIA 1, and informal assessment, MIA 2. The Ministry of Higher Education, ELCA, is an event which cumulates the English language activities targeting at addressing MIA 2, and that is extracurriculum activities related to English learning. Ladies and gentlemen, I understand that students from 20 public universities are participating in this 2-day inaugural carnival. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank the students for coming. And I think our students definitely deserve a round of applause. So where are you, students? You are here in the hall. So thank you very much for coming, and enjoy yourself once the carnival starts. And again, I would like to take this opportunity to thank UUM and congratulate UUM for taking up this challenge, because I know organizing intervarsity event would not be easy, but then you have taken up the challenge. And right from the start, I've been very impressed, and I'm sure when the carnival or the activities take place, there will be definitely a lot of fun, a lot of educational noise going on. And the Ministry of Higher Education definitely would like to see the English Language Carnival to be a yearly event to be hosted by different universities. I believe that the launch of the MOHE LCAR today will encourage academics to take part in enhancing the English language ecosystem in their respective universities. And that is really important, to create an ecosystem of English learning in your respective universities, plus the polytechnic as well as the community colleges. Together we can make it happen, and I have the confidence that yes, we definitely can bring the English proficiency among our students, and may they continue to be soaring upwards with their proficiency in English. Now, before I officiate MELCA 2017, I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate UUM for a very special recognition that was bestowed upon the university. And I've actually requested the Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Sri, Dr. Muhammad Mustafa, to mention it in your speech. But because you were so excited about this carnival, I think you have forgotten. So now it gives me the pleasure to mention about this, that I'm going to read what you have given to me. University Utara Malaysia, UUM, has officially established Beta Gamma Sigma UUM Charter on the 3rd of May 2017. And what does that mean? What is the prestigious recognition given to the university is that with this establishment, University Utara Malaysia is the first university in Malaysia and is the 5th in Southeast Asia region. And only an AACSB accredited university qualifies to apply for the establishment of a Beta Gamma Sigma chapter. Well done! Congratulations! And on this very happy note, it gives me great pleasure to officially open the Ministry of Higher Education 2017 English Language Carnival. Thank you very much, and soaring! Not loud enough. Soaring outwards. Soaring outwards. That's the spirit. Thank you. Salam hormat.
Thank you very much, Yang Berhormat Dato', and may I invite Yang Berhormat to remain on the stage. And now we would like to invite Yang Berbahagia Datuk Sri Vice Chancellor and Yang Berbahagia Professor Dr. Nur Azizi to accompany Yang Berhormat Datuk Zaini to join Yang Berhormat Datuk Dr. Mary Yap on the stage.
Live your truth, express your love, share your enthusiasm. Take actions towards your dream and walk your talk. Speak English, dance and sing to your music. Enhance your blessings. Have fun with English at the MOHE ELCA 2017. Thank you.
We would like to invite our honorable guest to return
Well, today, it's time for a wake-up call. It's time for a change. We live in a world where it's okay to bottle ourselves up and put on disguise. We were taught to love who we are, but at the same time, hide what makes us special.
Where it's okay to be like others, to strive for perfection, to say, I want to be just like the people on TV.
Not, I want to be me and no one else.
We become others.
Protecting ourselves from emotions because one of them might carry a little pain.
Without realizing pain is alluring. Without it, the wisdom and lessons of life will cease to exist.
The quality of your words is no longer considered until your words become like others. Wars are being fought around the world, and when the real war is within us,
we lose the fight when we bow down and question.
I'll no longer will unique, so why? I don't have to change.
I speak English.
You speak English.
We all do speak English.
When we question, instead, we become voiceless, ordinary specks of dust, just existing in the lonely desert. Our freedom is lost when we refuse to think outside the box. Instead, stay in our comfort zone.
Our youth, it's time for a wake-up call. It's time for a change.
Social media has become the puppeteer of the world, manipulating lives, creating illusions that say we shall have no flaws. A world where the fake is the new real, where I'm supposed to wake up with my hijab on point and my face flawless. A world where we show the happiness,
but hide the pain that picks upon the cracks. A world where if I cry, I'm looked upon as weak. A world where if I hold in the tears that's so desperate to come out, I'm considered uptight.
A world where if you fight, you're a thug. If you don't, you're a punk. A world where pleasing anyone is impossible. Yet, it's what we all crave. Despite all these, you dare want to give up and say, it's okay, even if my English is lousy?
Our youth, it's time for a wake-up call. It's time for a change. We're known as the land of the free. Yet, we have all these rules
and restrictions
that you can see.
But you can feel surrounding you, suffocating you like you are a dog in a corner. Oops, sorry. Our youth, we have yet to realize the most important kind of freedom is to be who you really are. Because without it, you trade in your reality for a role. You trade in your sense for an act. You give up your ability to feel. Your voice becomes voiceless. Your power has no effect. And in exchange, put on a mask of falseness. There can't be any change in the world until there's a personal change on an individual level.
Well, it got to be here inside first. One where you decide to become you. The one with all the imperfections. Because in reality, the imperfections are what define us.
Our youth of today, wake up. Make a change. So when the youth of tomorrow comes, they won't need to.
Our youth, wake up. Look in front of you. These people is going to let this MOHE Alta 2017 be a good start for you and me.
Yang Berhormat Datuk and our fellow distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please stand up, clap around, and join us into this rhythm.
There goes the little goat. How adorable. Everybody, train steps. 2 claps. 2 claps. Now 2 train steps with no claps. With the claps again. 2 train steps with no claps. Now walk around in a circle around yourself. Now search. Begging. Now point to the little goat. And make a tree. Shrug. Turn your hands over. Point to the goat. And you go shoulder, shoulder, plie. Train. 2 train steps. Again. 2 claps. 2 train steps without the claps. Walk around yourself again. Everybody search again. We search and we beg. Wipe like safe. Look up and look down. Shrug your left hand, then your right hand, and turn them over. Again, shrug, shrug to your shoulder. Shoulder, shoulder, plie, train. 2 train steps. Again, with the claps. Train steps with no claps. Walk around yourself. Put your hands to your sides. Everybody take a little bow. And up.
Thank you very much, Dato. Ladies and gentlemen, a great round of applause to UUM students for their wonderful performance. For your kind information, the flash mob and poetry recitation were performed by students from the Center for Foundation Studies in Management, University Utara Malaysia. Another big round of applause for them for their wonderful performance. Yang Berhormat Dato', honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the second chapter of this event. As mentioned earlier by Yang Berhormat Dato', University Utara Malaysia is indeed very honored to be acknowledged as the first university in Malaysia to be a part of a prestigious society, Beta Gamma Sigma. The establishment of the UUM chapter of BGS in perfect accord with our success in attaining the prestigious AACSB accreditation makes UUM the first university in Malaysia and the 5th in Southeast Asia to launch its own BGS chapter. Currently, the students selected to be members of BGS chapter hail from 6 different countries and are pursuing their studies in 14 academic programs at UUM. We would also like to announce that the newly established UUM chapter of BGS has achieved an unequivocal recognition when 2 of the members were selected as recipients of 2 international scholarships to undergo 2 leadership programs abroad. Mr. Johan Satapo, a student of the Bachelor of Finance and Islamic Banking with Honours program, received a scholarship from the Shibora Institute of Technology to undergo a leadership program in Japan. Only 15 students from across Asia have been offered the scholarship. Meanwhile, Ms. Siti Maria Wedurame, also a student of the Bachelor of Finance and Islamic Banking with Honours program, has been chosen as one of the only 2 recipients of James A. Villan Scholarship to attend the BGS Global Leadership Summit in Orlando, Florida, USA. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor that I invite Yang Berbahagia Datuk Sri Vice Chancellor, Yang Berusaha Profesor Dr. Nur Azizi and Yang Berhormat Datuk Zaini to accompany Yang Berhormat Datuk Dr. Mary Yap to the stage. We would like to invite Yang Berusaha Dr. Hendrik Lamsali, Dean, Student Development and Alumni Office, UUM-COB, to join Yang Berhormat Datuk on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, the official launching of Beta Gamma Sigma UUM chapter. Berhormat Dato, and we would like to invite Yang Berhormat Dato and honorable guests to remain on the stage. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, every year, a BGS chapter will honor a selected few of prominent and outstanding leaders from the industry and government sector into its Hall of Fame of Honorary Member. And now, we would like to invite Yang Berhormat Datuk Deputy Minister to present the Certificate of Appreciation to the first honorary member, also the founder of BGS UUM chapter, none other than our respected Vice Chancellor, Yang Berbahagia Profesor Dato' Sri Dr. Muhammad Mustafa Ishak. Congratulations, Yang Berbahagia Dato' Sri. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the presentation of certificates to the student representative of the BGS UUM chapter. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to express our highest gratitude and appreciation to Yang Berhormat Datuk Deputy Minister, we would like to invite Yang Berbahagia Datuk Sri Vice Chancellor to present a memento to Yang Berhormat Datuk Dr. Mary Yap. Thank you very much. We would like to invite Yang Berhormat Dato and our honorable guests to return to the seats. Ladies and gentlemen, as a saying goes, to every beginning there is an ending, and now we have reached the end of this momentous ceremony. Our heartfelt appreciation to our guest of honor, Yang Berhormat Datuk Dr. Mary Yap, for finding her precious time to be with us despite her very tight schedule, and to all of you for gracing this event. We hope that we have had a pleasant experience with us. May all participants have a gala time throughout their 3 days and 2 nights stay at UUM, and may MOHE Elka 2017 be a meaningful success. Thank you, and let us continue soaring upwards. Before we disperse, I would like to invite all guests to come to the front for a photo opportunity with Yang Berhormat Datuk Deputy Minister and our honorable guests. It's my pleasure to invite all guests to proceed to the front for a photo opportunity with Yang Berhormat Datuk. We would like to invite all guests to come to the front. Everyone.
Antara bangsa menjadi mesti